Hey everyone, how's it going? Zach right here with U of I Extension, Urban Ag Connect vlog. It's September 29th, and I am out here in our finally completed high tunnel protected culture structure. Gave a little preview of it last time, bed formation out here in the back. But we've completed the structure. There's a few things still left to finish in terms of the build out of the structure, and I'll do a preview of the structure itself. There's lots of working components to it. I can't really do it all in one vlog, but I want to start giving some updates about what's going on, because we actually do have the structure planted and ready for winter production, and we are now about 90 to 95% complete with the demo site. So I feel like we're in a good spot to really start using the site and start bringing you educational materials in the form of these vlogs, and really going to start being more active with this. So just want to show you a little bit about what's going on today, and we'll just keep giving you content through the Urban Ag Connect blog as it relates to production activities here at the demo site. So let's go ahead and jump in and take a look at what we've got. Okay, so here we are inside the 20 by 48 foot structure. I'm going to give you a little 360 view. Here's the outside area. Here's some of the raised bed, burn bed production, and then where the silage carps are, there's two of those areas. Still working on getting the perimeter fence put up, but we're getting very, very close, very, very close. And there's going to be a lot that's happening here in this concrete padded area. We'll have our winter water storage for irrigation. We'll have a propagation area over here set up, and various interchangeable benches with this concrete pad. Over here, we'll actually have the internal irrigation systems, the multi-zone irrigation systems. We'll have overhead irrigation that'll be coming down from the truss structures, as well as drip irrigation and hand water irrigation as well. We've got a really nice 100-foot dram garden hose here. We'll have that hooked up. But yeah, so this is a pretty nice structure. We purchased this a couple years ago and been slowly putting it up over the past 2 growing seasons. And I really wanted a structure that had a lot of different options in terms of ventilation and protected culture. So, you can see the horizontal airflow fans going. You have multiple end wall vent louvers at that end, and then down here we actually have an active ventilation fan, and all of these are hooked up to these analog thermostats right here on the end walls. So we'll talk more about the controls a little bit later, just showing you a few of the features. And then we obviously have our roll-up sides that you can see, and the roll-up sides in this structure actually have a nice exclusion feature. So we have this custom insect netting on the inside here, and we'll talk more about that in future vlogs. But right now I have most of the beds actually planted in here. These 2 middle beds, these were actually planted 2 successions a week apart, September 4th and September 11th. And then a planting just a few days ago over here on the 25th. A lot of radish root crops. And then this bed here on the left, these are actually transplant starts that were started as transplants on August 23rd, and transplanting on, I just put them in today on September 29th. So some of these are similar crops to what I have planted in some cases, but just at a different spacing. So I have this KX1 and White Russian transplants that I put in place, and I have some of those varieties down here in this section of the bed as direct seeded crops. So I'm kind of experimenting a little bit with both these direct seeding dates, as well as starting transplants inside and then setting them out into these beds. Now, I have about 2 to 3 more weeks of succession planting dates. The way the winter production system works is you really need to get your plantings direct seeded and grown up to a certain size before the day length creeps below 10 hours. So we've just passed the fall equinox last week, so we're still probably at about 12 hours of day length. it doesn't get below 10 hours of day length until about the second week of November here. So I've got about 7 more weeks to play with. So, we'll probably get multiple cuttings from these two beds, but they'll be well established, and regrowth will be slow, but they'll be established, and will exhibit a little bit of regrowth even after November 10th. So that's the key, is to get them to a certain size, and then you can harvest multiple times, and you get some regrowth through the winter months. Now, you can direct seed after that sort of time frame leading up to the November 10th date. Usually, when you look at this latitude for a crop like spinach right here, which is probably the most hardy of the winter salad greens, you're looking at sometime in the second week of October. So you still have enough time if you planted, October 5th through October 12th to get enough growth to get them established before you get to that November 10th date. So that's about, a month's time frame. But all of this growth is slowing down. The day length is slowing down. So you have to account for all of that. So you have to get your plantings in on time. Now, that's with direct seeding. One of the things I'm interested in doing, and this is the first set of those transplants, is starting transplants inside where I'm giving them, 16 to 18 hours of day length, and then transitioning them as transplants out into the bed space, well after, into mid to late October, even early November, and seeing if they can get established and hardied off enough to where we can get some harvest and some regrowth. That's one of the fun experiments I'm looking at this year. So we almost have this planted. We just have a little bit of space in that bed and a couple in those back of those two beds still left to plant. And these will remain uncovered probably through November, and then once we get into the really cold months, we'll come in with another low tunnel layer inside of here to offer 2 layers of protection. So we won't have any heat, but we will have lots of active ventilation, both in the end wall louvers, the half fans here, and then this vent as well. I doubt this fan will be coming on too much in the winter. We'll primarily rely on those end wall louvers for a little bit of ventilation and humidity control, even in the winter months. And these half fans will likely will remain on consistently to provide that good air circulation in here. But the roll-up sides will be rolled down. Everything will be buttoned up. So that's a little bit about what's going on in here right now. And we'll just kind of bring you some updates as we move forward, looking at these different systems and planting styles, and then the structure itself as we move forward. So that's it for today, and we will catch you all next time.